Hey guys, welcome to the Invicta Karate podcast. This week, I caught up with a guy called Scott Allan. Now, Scott Allan is owner and also head instructor of the Rivals Gym or the Rivals School of Martial Arts up in Wishaw, Scotland. Now, before I get shouted at, he's also the joint head instructor of the gym because he shares that with his brother, Sam Allan. Scott is got a name as known, nickname as the title taker. He's a former undefeated professional WK world champion. He's also now a professional boxer. Fascinating guy to talk to. Really interesting chat we had. Got lots of memorabilia. He also cross trains now in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well, so it's interesting to talk to him from that angle, striking to grappling. This podcast, we just go straight into it because the memorabilia on his walls is quite astonishing. So we've got no formal introduction. We just head straight into it. Okay. So don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and you'll find us on iTunes and Spotify if you like what you hear, or even get in contact with me for questions. And if you want to be on the podcast itself, just drop me a line at toby@invictakarate.co.uk. Anyway, take care. Enjoy the podcast and see you soon. Bye.
We thought, wow, that's a lot of photos.
I know, this is the office. We've got a couple of, we've even got the Mike Tyson shorts. We've got Sugar Ray Leonard up there, a big Motherwell supporter, so we've got the old Motherwell football club that winning cup in 1991. We've got myself, Joko Zagi, Anthony Joshua, Roy Jones, a wee Roy Jones thing up there as well, Mike Tyson painting. So it's a proper boxing household we're in.
Wow, you know what? We'll just start the interview now. So I'm recording now. Yeah,
Let's do it.
You're kickboxer and boxing, and so you're a real boxing purist, a boxing enthusiast.
Right. I love my boxing. I love it. Anytime I'm sitting in the house doing nothing, there's boxing on the TV all the time. The wife hates it.
So you have to do massive loads of favours to be able to watch a boxing match. Or
Pretty much.
You always paying back the favours. Right? Yeah. So you run Rivals Gym, which is with your brother Sam?
Yes.
Yeah. And so is it a boxing gym or is it kickboxing? Because you started kickboxing, didn't you?
Kickboxing mainly, yeah. I started kickboxing at 4 years old. My parents didn't want me to get bullied at school and stuff, and I was very small. I still am to this day. And my brother Sam, he was very shy. He was 5.5, and we just wanted to get in it just for a wee bit of self-defence. Nothing major. And then we get good at it, and look at us now.
Yeah, because you've got a couple of titles, or we got a couple of titles. Sorry. So what have you achieved?
Well, as again, we started obviously very, very young. Started fighting in the mat sports. Won the first world title at 11 years old. I was Scotland's youngest ever world champion. They had me on the news and stuff like that.
Really?
Fast forward many years, I switched over to full contact and won the amateur full contact world title. I think that was 9 or 10 different world titles and associations that I won as an amateur, and then switched over to professional. And the only 2 full contact fights I lost as an amateur was to the same lad, Reinhard Bivanovsky from Russia. So at the time, I wanted to fight him and bring him over, but he'd switched to professional. So I wasn't ready. I wasn't at a level yet where I could switch over. And we switched over a few fights, and then I challenged the world title, the WK champion at the time, and knocked him out in the second round. Defended the title 4 or 5 times, and then we brought the Russian that beat me over twice.
Yeah.
The only person to ever beat me in the full contact scene. So I needed to avenge that loss before I done anything.
You couldn't let it go.
And I fought him May the 25th. That was 2000 and 14 or 15, I'm sure. 2014 it was. And I went 12 rounds, the points, and I beat him in points. Don't get me wrong, it was a grueling match. He kicked three teeth out. He broke 2 ribs and also broke my foot in the middle of the round. So it was.
And you carried on? Carried
on right through. Beat him in points, and then I defended my title once more. And after that, I had won the WKA, WKO, and WKU professional world titles. So it was. I'd done everything for me. I'd done everything in the sport of kickboxing that I had to do. And that's when I just switched over to professional boxing. Now I've held the Scottish and Celtic boxing titles as well.
So yeah, pretty prolific, pretty gifted. So I mean, a couple of questions occurred to me right then. So how much of a jump was it going amateur to professional?
Nah, wasn't much of a jump at all, really. Like,
were you already training at the professional level, mindset, etc., or?
At the time, like when we started kickboxing, it was a church hall we were training, and then in 2006, it was my father at the time. He managed to get a hold of some premises, and we turned into a first little school as such. I mean, I was only 14 or 15 at the time. I started coaching, and Manchester was still coaching at the time as well. And then we basically outgrown that within a couple of years, and we moved to a 5,500 square feet gym in Wishaw. And again, that was in 2014 we had that till 2018, and we'd outgrown that as well. And we've now secured a 3-level, 18,000 square feet martial arts full-time school.
Right.
So, it's we've been really successful and very lucky as well. So it's, we can't complain at all.
Yeah, loads of hard work gone into that over a long period of time, yeah. But how many students are you carrying now in just your school then?
The school, we're just shy of 300 students at the moment.
That's
within the martial arts stuff. Now we've got a gym as well, so it's separate entities. So we've got an actual gym inside a school of martial arts. So we're carrying another 300 at the back of that as well. So it's
so you basically like your Valentine's or whatever gym, people go in, do their stuff and leave.
Not quite as fancy. We're mainly old school type stuff.
We've got
3 different dojos. We've got an area for boxing only, and also an area for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. So we've covered up a massive range. And on the top floor of our gym is where we hold events, fight nights, mainly fight nights. We've had a couple of parties as well. So it's like a function suite at the top of the gym. It sits probably about 600 seated in the upstairs. So this is all one building, so it's really big.
I'm about to say it's a really serious concern. So where is that based for the people watching?
Wishaw in Scotland.
Oh, okay, cool. So the other question that occurred to me, when you went from kickboxing to boxing, distance and timing and training strategies changed?
No. Really. Nah, I'd been training boxing since I was about 12-year-old. I came up against a German who was really good with his hands at one of the world championships, and I decided then that I was going to get into boxing solely. This is solely to improve my hands with the kickboxing. I had no ambitions of being a boxer. Like, I had no ambitions at all. So before I'd probably had about 50 or 60 amateur boxing fights as well.
Yeah.
The switch over was very, very simple. Like, for me anyway, because I'd boxed in the European Championships, won the British Championships as a junior in the boxing, the Scottish and district titles 5 and 6 times. So I was, when a young boxer, I was successful as well.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So it was no, but did the distancing in the fight differ? Did it feel different? Did it?
I was used to fighting 12-2s with the kickboxing, and when I spoke to my manager, my very first manager was Alec Morrison. I said to him, "Listen, I've been fighting 12 rounds for the past 6 years. I'm not wanting to be fighting a 4-rounder." He said, "Listen, it's a completely different game altogether. You need to start fighting 4-rounders. You can't just jump in and fight 8, 10 and 12 round fights. It's not happening."
Right, okay.
A bit grounded, and he put me in my place a wee bit. And So when he put us in my place a wee bit, that was back to fighting 4-rounders and 6-rounders and stuff.
Was he right?
Aye. It's a wee bit different. Don't get me wrong. Like my first fight, I topped the bill in my own debut. It was in the gym actually, and they changed it to a 6-rounder, and then I had a few 4-rounders after that. So it was educational, starting off with the boxing.
Educational. That's a good word.
Aye, educational.
And you mentioned your brother Sam, and is he a boxer, kickboxer?
We cover everything.
Everything.
He same as Sam, right through the amateur scene. Won the world titles on the mats. Again, amateur world champion, WK, in full contact. And then he switched over to professional kickboxing as well.
Okay.
He got off the fight in France for the ISK professional world title against Brulette. Now, that fight's on YouTube. It is sensational. See if you can watch it. He knocked his kid out in the 3rd round with a shin kick for, I don't know where he threw this for. My God, the guy looks like he was dead. He was out like.
He knocked him out with the shin kick.
Clean out. He was sleeping, proper sleeping. Often the fight's on YouTube. You got to go and see it. He was stretchered out of the ring, and after that, Bobby Campbell held the WK world title at the time.
Yeah.
My father's the president of Scotland and the senior vice president of the world within WK. So he had spoke to the president of WK and Valsoni, the president of the ISK, and basically said, how do you fancy co-sanctioning for, it's the first time it's ever been done, it's not been done since, WK and ISK unification bout between my brother and Bobby Campbell for the USA, and brought Bobby Campbell over to our turf, and Sam dismantled him. It went 12 rounds, but Sam didn't drop a round. It was the most skillfulest kickboxing bout I've seen in my life. It was
very technical
altogether. It was fantastic.
Very, very technical. Very
technical. It was, and Sam switched into K1, won a couple of British titles, K1, and then he switched over to professional boxing. Switched to professional boxing, had a few fights, and then decided he was going to do some academics. And he went back to university and he got his master's degree in sports science. And then this is him just coming back into the fighting scene now. So he was supposed to be fighting the April the 25th, and that was for the WK world title that he held obviously years ago. And he challenged the current champion. And obviously everyone was set and good to go, but with the pandemic that's happening, the show had to get cancelled, unfortunately.
Oh, well, yeah. It's just nature of the game at the moment, isn't it? Or the nature of the beast. So you guys just love to fight. In a nice way.
Scottish. The Scottish love a fight.
One of the things you mentioned in the emails before was that you do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, don't you, at your gym?
Yeah.
And that before was really interesting because you said you've started that up. So I'm assuming, I think correctly, that you've started that as a complete beginner.
Yes.
So how did you find that transition? Because you've obviously reached such a high level in boxing, kickboxing, and then you come down, especially at something like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is grinding, to say the least. How did you find that?
Very humbling is the word I would use. For me, being a very confident, outgoing person, for them to step into a game that I've never done before. I've obviously seen it on the TV, like the UFC type stuff, but when you're in there as a proper white belt, like without any experience in it at all, it was a proper humbling experience because the guys, obviously you can't just bang somebody out in this. So you're rolling about grappling, and it was so difficult. See, for me to grasp round about my positioning of it and a position in my body, and it's not even about how heavy you are, it's the position you can get somebody into, either choke them out, armbar, leg lock, knee, any locks. It was very, for me, it was difficult and humbling because for me, being exceptional in the stand-up game, boxing, K1, Thai boxing. I've fought before. I've done all the stand-up game. There's all the stand-up discipline I've not fought. But then to switch over to that, it was very humbling to get round about it.
And did you? Was it humbling in the fact that you wanted to get straight back into it, or was it humbling as in, I'll give that a rest for a minute? Or
No, I wanted straight back in it. Like, I was straight back in it. The only time that I wouldn't have a rollabout in the classes is when I had a big fight coming up. Like, I'm not a professional boxer, and then 5-6 weeks out and somebody's pulled my arm out accidentally, obviously in training, and an injury comes up. So the only time that I'm not in the classes rolling about with the guys is when I've got a fight coming up. And even this, even the as far as the boxing concerned, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu helps me deal with inside fighting, inside clinching. The guy's leaning over the top of you, he's holding you. Even the wee slight twinges and stuff, the Jiu-Jitsu, you're in a better position with your hands. So it's the only discipline that I've not fought is the mixed martial arts. But never say never.
Right, it sounds like you've got plenty of time left. But have you gone to BJJ competitions as yet?
No, haven't yet. A few of the guys have in the club. A few of the guys have done very, very well in the club at the couple of BJJ competitions. We've only had the BJJ in the gym for 8 or 9 months now. And for me, I'm all in or nothing. Like, it has to be, I can't be playing about at BJJ, boxing, coaching the kickboxing. It has to be everything or nothing. So before today a competition, I'd need to stop boxing completely. I mean, I enjoy rolling about with the guys and it's a great laugh, but I'd need to, I'm not just going to get in there to take part, I'm going to need to win. Anything that I do is full effort. So with that, I'd need to make sure, like, obviously I'm a white belt still, I'd need to make sure I'm tapping out purple belts before I get into the competitions, just so I know what I'm doing.
I go with you with the real humbling stuff on the BJJ, because I had to stop because I was teaching as well at the same time, but I did it for about a year. And I remember getting on the mat with a brown belt, and it was just one of the worst experiences of my entire life. It was horrendous. It was great for him, but he wasn't really exerting any pressure. It's just points, positions, structures, and
it's so easy when you're doing it. It's like our BJJ instructor Stuart Lowe and Matt McLaughlin now game purple and brown belts, and see Stuart Lowe's, he's a kickboxer as well, so he knows. And when he's rolling about with you, he says, "Listen, Scott, just take it easy. Don't try and jump into a diving arm bar, because I'll choke you and I'll put you to sleep, and that'll be it." I says, "Oh, fair enough, fair dues, like, fair enough."
I do find for a martial art that's so tough, and it is tough, and it's really hard on your endurance. Everybody's really nice, happy, clappy, and then they try to choke each other out.
Brilliant.
Which I know you're learning BJJ now, but which one do you find more demanding? The kickboxing, sorry?
Kickboxing.
Is more demanding?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Why is that?
I'd say so. It's more taxing. Like, the BJJ's, your endurance, obviously your longer rounds with that, but for me, it's a harder sport. You've got punches and kicks coming from all angles. Boxing, don't get me wrong, I found when I changed over to kickboxing professionally to boxing professionally, the boxers hit a hell of a lot harder than what the kickboxers did. Like, the difference in the power is night and day. Like, even your first few fights, you're fighting journeymen, and they guys are getting paid to obviously lose. That's what they turn up, they get beat, they go on to the next one. Even they hit harder than the kickboxers. So it's adjusting to that. Kickboxing for me is a more physical sport with the hands and feet. Boxers hit a lot harder with their hands, and then obviously your BJJ is more endurance type stuff.
Yeah. Why do you think the boxers hit harder than the kickboxers?
Well, stuff, all they've been doing all their life is punching. Like, that's all they've been doing. Don't get me wrong, for the amateur scene in boxing, there wasn't that much of a difference in the amateurs to the kickboxers. but
Yeah.
a massive difference in the professionals, massively.
Yeah. I guess. So, was there any? I'm jumping around a bit, but were there any strategies you could take from kickboxing and boxing into BJJ, or was it all just ripped up? You could, because you said you could bring some stuff from BJJ back, but you couldn't take it the other way.
No, speed. Like I'm quick, so speed, my movement, maybe from position to position. But other than that, I don't really see much, to be fair. Because if you're getting all tensed up and tight, and you're just going to zap your energy. So keep myself relaxed. And so no, I wouldn't say, other than the speed, nothing at all.
Yeah, it's fascinating like that. So, at your gym now, do you have competitive boxers, competitive K1, do you compete in everything now?
Boxing, I have an ABA affiliated boxing club, so I've got an amateur boxing club, kickboxers, both light continuous on the mats, in the ring, full contact, K1, BJJ, we compete in a full range, a full school.
How do you manage? You must have quite a few coaches.
Yeah.
But how are you managing to field so many competitors in so many different disciplines?
The space we've got, and the marketing we do is second to none. And it's a family. Like you come into your gym and you understand everybody speaks to everybody. There's no like some place we cliquey groups and they're the kickboxers, they're the BJJ guys. No, it's just about family. We'll just speak to everybody and we make every single student feel welcome. And that's why we've got so much big numbers.
So how have you broken down the divisions? Because traditionally, strikers over here, grapplers over here, don't talk to each other. How have you managed to break that down?
Well, we're myself and brother, obviously, we're strikers. So we are totally new to the BJJ. So we're actually just explaining to the guys, listen, and the more they see us coming into the classes and doing bits and bobs, the more they want to mingle with the kickboxers, and the kickboxers want to jump into the BJJ classes, and so it's fantastic. The full setup we've got, it's second to none, and it's customer service regardless when you're speaking to somebody. I find that it's very key, and if one's taking a class and we're out and I'm chilling out with the guys that's ready to start class, if there's kickboxing and BJJ classes to start together, I'll have them chatting with each other before they get in. Whether they be talking petty chatter about the sport and the martial arts, so everybody's in the waiting room chilling out and just chatting to one another. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds phenomenal. Sounds like a real social club you got going on there.
It is.
Yeah. So, at what age do your guys start competing? Do you do juniors and younger in difference?
Again, that's a hard one to say. When they're ready is what we say. Like some of the parents might come to us and see all other students doing very well and very successful, and wonder why they're not getting a crack just yet. And we'll explain to them. We'll sit them down. We'll say, listen, we're training them to fight or hurt to get in the fighting level, but they're not quite there yet. So as soon as they get there, we'll tell you. So we'll tell all the parents in our club, whether it be juniors, little kids, seniors, MD. Obviously, seniors, we tell them themselves, but for the kids, we tell their parents, right, he's ready to compete now. We've got a competition. 4 weeks' time, we're going to put him into it, and that's how we do it.
What are you looking for? That sounds brilliant. What are you looking for in your fighters? What sort of thing ticks your box and gets you looking at them?
And commitment to yourself, not just commitment coming to the gym and putting in the hours of training in the gym. Like, you need to do your runs. Like, you need to get out and do your runs. Like, even like you get some seasoned mat fighters that don't train other than out their club. Like, so if they're not doing their conditioning work and their running work and being solely committed to the sport and dedicated, after 2 minutes of gas, So if you're fighting these type of guys in a full contact match in the ring over 3 2-minute rounds or 5 2-minute rounds, you'll tend to find the guy who's fitter and was more dedicated will beat them. Even if the mat fighters are so much technically gifted and so much better, they'll get stopped. So that's the dedication part of us. And if they're not dedicated and they're not running, they're not doing the conditioning stuff, they're not fighting for us. And that's it.
That you have your acceptable bar. That's it. You're not doing it. You're not fighting. Okay, yeah, of course. So you've got your raw fighter.
Yeah.
You've got he's ticked your boxes.
Yeah.
And you've got a fight arranged or you've got a date in mind.
Yeah.
How do you prepare that fighter to fight? What things you put stuff in his head? Are you changing your strategy according to his opponent? Are you?
If you're fighting let's just say it's novice and it's his first time, you can't really prepare them for a strategy. You can't prepare them for a strategy because you don't know what they're into. If they're fighting another first timer, try and cover a lot of bases. Like, here's what to do if he's a southpaw and you're an orthodox. You make sure your foot's outside of his foot. Like, so you work on a lot of different strategies as far as the fighter's concerned, and just make sure that the mental game's strong. Like, it's all, for me, it's a mental game. Speak to them privately about how their nerves will be before they step into the ring and how they're going to feel, so they'll know they'll not always understand the feeling until they get it themselves. But when they get in there, they're prepared for it.
So they're prepared to think that, oh, my heart's going to be jumping a bit, I may have a bit of a sweat, lights, whatnot, and loads of noise. Anything else you put into the focus and resilient? Do you work with any of that stuff? Do you have to?
Not overly. Obviously, the focus part in the fighting. But we even have. I've got a personal mind coach that comes into the gym once a month.
Do you?
Just to make sure my fighters and everybody else in the club are thinking and feeling positive thoughts and whatnot, rather than the negativity that surrounds everyone. So, a positive mental attitude.
Yeah,
regardless to the end, that's just how you should have the outlook in life.
So, how long does the coach spend with your fight? Do they talk to everybody en masse or one-on-one or what?
A bit of both. Usually, once a month for the large type stuff that's upstairs in the function suite, and then if they want to go personal, then it's different again. Speak to them personally, and it's on a personal note.
Yeah, and how long have you been doing that?
Been about a year now.
And obviously, it's giving you results. I would have thought.
Of course it is. Yeah, fantastic results.
So what was before? What was after? How are you judging it?
How am I judging what?
Well, when you've got the personal mind coach, you brought them in. You've obviously found success. Yeah. Did you just notice a general mood change after they came in, or was it fixing problems? Or
even the clear outlook on things, like, because sometimes when some students come in and they kick themselves because they've had a bad sparring session. Like, with a bad sparring session, like, you're better getting a bad sparring session than a sore face in a fight. So it's about changing that mindset on it's all right to have bad days, and even on the night, it's all right to have a bad day in the office. Like, it is totally fine. Like, this whole placebo that floats around this unbeaten type fighter, you don't really get them anymore. You don't. So it's having the knowledge that it is all right is better than worrying so much.
Yeah, I think 100%. Especially when you say clear of thought, clear things. You understand, you see things, and you understand it perfectly. Given your history and your future of grappling and striking, do you think there will always be a place for the professional boxing arena, or do you think that things are starting to go UFC type way?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a tricky one because I'm not finished in the sport of boxing yet. I'm nowhere near finished. I want to win the British Lonsdale title outright, and then maybe look at switching for there.
Yeah, yeah. You want to achieve something there, and then you want to move on.
Yeah.
Do you think UFC is the main thing that people should be heading for now if they want to make their name in fighting?
Again, like, define what you think making the name in fighting is. Is it being making the millions? Because if you think about it, like, even as far as boxing is concerned, everybody thinks that because you're a professional boxer, you're making the money like the likes of AJ's making and Floyd Mayweather's making. You're making this crazy amounts of money when you don't really. It's
the top, aren't they? Yeah.
It's peanuts. It's the same with the UFC as well. Unless you're up here, if you're doing it for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. I'm doing it because I love fighting.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason. The fame side of things is it's a great thing to look up to and aspire to be. But it's the 1% of the whole world that actually make it to that fame. The whole 1% that everybody talks about, but nobody knows about the hard work that goes to make that 1%.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's always the top cream that get all that big cash. Yeah. And then it's only those people like you see, like Conor McGregor, that straddles across both and somehow manages to get himself in a boxing ring with Floyd Mayweather and make even more money and lose and then go back and they're talking about a rematch.
That's just a money spinner, that for me. That's all it is. That's a money spinner. It's
you think that was more about the promotion than anything else, wasn't it?
It was a circus. Like, for me, the Floyd Mayweather for me is the best boxer on the planet. Like, you can't cross over to a multi-nation sport, you punching, kicking, knees, elbows, groundwork, to then compete with the best boxer on the planet. Like, it's not going to happen.
I think Floyd just sucked him up for a good few rounds, made a show of it, and then walked off with all his money. That was
exactly. He could have finished in the first round if he wanted to. Like, he was in control of the full fight.
And but as far as I'm aware, Mayweather is described as the best defensive boxer out there. You can't get hold of. How did he just train those drills until they were just body nature, or was he? What are your thoughts?
Obviously, he's a God-gifted talent. You don't get that good without being God-gifted by talent. I mean, it's in his blood as well. So, like, and obviously the hard work and the training that goes into it. He's probably the most dedicated athlete ever. Like, you don't see him out partying or out doing other stuff, and like, his dedication for me is phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it's as simple as that. Yeah. Oh, I think that. Well, I've got a load of questions. I can feel bubbling up in my head. Do you think I'll be able to get back in contact with you and have another chat another time?
Anytime at all.
It's been absolute fascinating. I love the memorabilia you got on the walls.
It's class. We'll get even more of more memorabilia down at the gym. We've got big, massive signed Guz, Tyson, Fury, Mike Tyson stuff. We've got loads of stuff down at the gym as well. So definitely, even our next catch up, we'll do it down at the gym. I'll show you some of the stuff down there, and I'll even take you a tour around about the club and show you.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I love that. I asked Colin Payne a question about Fury versus Joshua. Which way would it go? And Payne said, Colin rather said Fury. Straight up, all day long.
The box will head clean off him. Like, AJ, don't get me wrong, like, he's very successful in what he's done, but his style, he's too upright, he's too slow for Fury. Fury moves too fast in his feet. He boxes your head off him all day long. Yeah,
simple as that.
Aye.
All right. Well, you've just bet your house, your gym, and everything you've got on that. But it's been a pleasure talking, Scott.
Thank you very much for the chat.
No, it's been great. Best of luck, and we'll catch up soon.
Perfect. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
No worries. Bye.